Okay, I think I started the recording. I am not good with technology, but anyway. Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to the Giulio Show. Thank you so much for joining me again, and thank you for allowing me to share with you. Last time we talked about leadership. After that, we talked about self awareness. Today, I want to talk about setting goals because that is something that has been always very difficult for me. Because I used to set the goals in my head, not down on paper. One of the goals that I always failed at was losing weight. How many can you relate to that? How many of you can relate to that? We always set starting Monday, I'm going to start a diet, right? Monday comes, you're all excited. The weekend, you ate all that you can eat that you're never going to eat again. And then Monday comes. You start your diet, you're doing good, but by Wednesday, you start to get a little craving on the things that you said you were never going to eat again because you're thinking about it constantly, things that you can't have, right? All of a sudden, you start craving things that you never even craved before because you're thinking you could never have it again. And that was me. And then I cheat a little bit, and then I would get mad at myself. And then I say, okay, I screwed up. All right, so I'm going to erase this. Come next Monday, I'm going to start my diet and get really serious. And this week, I'm just going to eat everything that I'm not going to eat again. And come Monday, I'm going to start that diet again. Now, this became insanity because as I did that week after week, I gained weight. I didn't lose weight because I just couldn't stick to it. And the reason I couldn't stick to it is I didn't give it purpose. I didn't give it meaning, and I never wrote it down. So I wasn't committed to it. I didn't have something to look at and say, this is what my goal is. This is what I have to do. Now, that's with any goal that you set for anything that you want to do. So I didn't write down, my goal was that I'm going to lose X amount of weight. And here's the one other thing I didn't do to commit to it, even writing it down is I didn't make it achievable. I kind of made it too big. I'm going to lose 20 pounds in 1 week. Well, that was impossible unless I really starved myself. Um, so I had to learn to make it more achievable by saying, you know what, it took me this long to put it on. It's going to take me a while to take it off. So my goal is to at least lose 5 pounds a month because that's what it took to put it on. 5 pounds I put on a month. It's going to take me 5 pounds a month to take it off. Now, even if I lost 3 pounds in that month and stayed committed to it, hey, that's a great victory on its own. And I celebrated it because I stayed committed to it. But here's the thing, I had to write it down and I had to write what I had to do to lose that weight. See, it wasn't just about eating. There's other things that come along with it when I was setting that I wasn't thinking about. I was just thinking about the food, but as I wasn't thinking about the process that I needed to take in order to reach that goal. One of them was go to the gym, get healthy. Sometimes you can still eat what you're eating as long as you're working it off, as long as your calories didn't exceed, what you were burning. So I knew that I burned X amount of calories and I had to eat less than that in order to lose some weight. So I had to understand how many calories I was bringing in, how many calories I was burning. But I had to do that by making it a point to feed my mind that I was going to go to the gym every day consistently and do X amount of cardio and then do some strength training. And then I would go have a healthy breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And sometimes I would even miss breakfast, which is still was unhealthy. So I had to write down exactly what I was going to do in each of those meals. So I had a meal plan. I had to plan my workouts, what time I was going, and staying committed to that is very difficult. And the worst thing is when you have a goal and you share it with a bunch of friends, they can be nasty because they taunt you, they tease you. They know you're trying to lose weight, but yet they flash all these, wonderful treats in front of you. Like, you can't have none because you're on a diet, and they're eating great eclairs or cheesecake. And it pisses me off. So what I would do is I take it from them and I start eating and screw up my diet. But that's when you share your goals with the wrong people. Find the right people to share your goal with. People that will support you, people that are into health, are into eating healthier, are into working out. I went to the gym with people who weren't into working out, and we would be there for a short time before they wanted to hit the Denny's and get the Grand Slam. And so, what were we doing? We were actually not meeting the goal that we had to. So I got together with a friend who was committed to working out and eating healthier and picking their brains. Not just one friend, but many friends, because you meet many people. If you go to the gym, you'll see them there every day, the same time. They look great. And I'm not saying skinny, skinny, skinny. We're not talking about being skinny. We're talking about being healthy. Because when you do the right things, the weight will melt off itself. But you don't have to be super skinny. You have to be healthy. And that's what I had to understand in my goal as well. So I had to understand that my goal had to have a purpose. And that purpose wasn't about just losing weight, but was about being healthy. I had to surround myself with the right people. I had another friend that I know they meant well, uh, who constantly told me I was overweight and I had to lose weight. And I shared to him, well, I've been on this program. I set a goal and I'm going to lose weight. And this was over lunch. And in that diet plan, I had X amount of carbs I can eat throughout the day. I went in and got a piece of bread, which was on my plan, and put it in my mouth. And as before I could even chew it, he got up, ripped my mouth open, stuck his finger in deep in my mouth, and ripped the bread out. Now I know he meant well, but you don't need food police. You don't need somebody who's going to be that aggressive and make you feel shameful for eating a piece of bread or maybe falling off the wagon a little bit. You need somebody that's going to lift you up and inspire you and help you get to the goals. Like, hey, you had that piece of bread. Going for the second one. Is that what you really want? Is that what fits in your goal? Is that what's on your plan? That would have been much nicer than somebody, knocking you to the floor and practically rip the food out of your mouth like you were choking. I was surprised he didn't give me the Heimlich before I could swallow. But anyway, so it's important to pick. Listen, even at work. Now, there were times at work that I shared with people the goals that I had that I wanted to move up and do certain things, and those people I shared it with that I thought were going to be happy for me were the ones that sabotaged it on purpose because they didn't want me to get above their level. And I thought I was sharing it with people who would support me. Once again, it's very important to know who you're sharing your goals with and who's going to support you. Now, I'm not saying you don't need to go out and spread your goals out to everybody. You should. Same thing when you blow out your candle cakes. People are like, "What you wish for?" Can't tell you, won't come true. No, tell them. Because if people don't know what your wish is or what your goals are, they can't help you through it. And once again, there are people who are willing and happy to give you that guiding hand, but you got to support them as well. And then there are people who are going to be out there to sabotage you. But what you feed your mind is what your mind will focus on. So the people who do try to sabotage that, remember, feed your mind, not I'll try or I should. No, I will. I will stay strong. I will stay committed. No matter what anybody says or does to try to divert me, I will stick true to the goal that I have in mind. But you got to feed your mind the right things because if you say, I'll try, I'll do, or I can't do this, it's too hard. Well, your mind will believe that and it will be too hard. But if you tell your mind, I am strong, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, I can get through this, I can make it through this meal without getting into that bread basket. Matter of fact, when I go out, sometimes I'm like, don't bring the bread basket. Now, other people want to eat bread. Sure, bring the bread basket. I just got to tell myself that is not the basket I need to eat. I'm going to order the right food for the goal that I have in mind and the goal that I want to achieve. Now, again, setting goals have to be measurable, right? See as far as you can see. And when you get there, you can see further. So I'm going to set goals, but I'm going to see as far as I can see. So I can see 5 pounds a month. That's as far as I can see. And when I get there and I lose it, then I can see the next 5 pounds. Or I'm going to reach the level of CEO, or I'm going to be an entrepreneur, but I got to work my way up. See as far as you can see and get to each level slowly. and get yourself there slowly. There are people who are microwaves. They want it yesterday. They want it in a hurry. But as soon as they get up there, they can't deliver because they didn't do their due diligence in their goals. They didn't follow them. They just wanted the position. So they fall just as quick. Get out of the microwave and get into the crock pot. Let it simmer, let it cook, let it go slowly, and it'll be more tender. So, same thing with your goals. Let it take its course, let it take its time. See as far as you can see. When you get there, you know that you can see further and you can move on further. But if you try to get there too quickly and it becomes unachievable, you'll just give up because you feel you're not making any progress. So, if your goal was to lose 5 pounds or read a certain position and you only lost 2 pounds and you didn't get a recognition in a certain position, um, you still have victory. You lost a couple pounds. Maybe you didn't lose the five you were hoping for, but you still have victory. But people give up because they didn't see the result they wanted. Maybe they aimed too high. So say, okay, it's on average, I've lost 2 pounds a week. So I think that is my goal for every week. And maybe I have to work out a little bit more or cut down a little bit more on my calories to achieve another extra pound. So whatever goal it is that you're going after, make it measurable. Um, like I said, and I keep repeating myself, see as far as you can see. And when you get there, you can see further. And I think Zig Ziglar was the one who said that. And that always stuck in my head, that, that, that saying. And it's helped me through a lot so that I don't get too carried away with my goals. Um, Stay committed. Again, do what it takes. Reaching goals is not easy, but I know you can do it. I know you have the strength. I know you have the commitment. I know you have the will. I know it, but you got to know it. You got to feel it. You got to understand it. Um, and I know what you're going through because I've been through it myself. So many times I didn't reach them because I didn't set the right goals. I didn't write them down. I didn't stay committed. I let people get into my head. I hung out with the wrong crowd. The end of the day, you know what it takes to reach your goal, but you got to feed your mind the right positive thoughts. You got to write it down, know the direction that you're going to go. Just like any place you go, when you get into your car, you know where you got to go. But if you don't know how to get there, what do? You Google it, right? You sit there and say, "What? Give me the directions," and you follow the directions. And if for some reason an obstacle comes in your way, a road closure, whatever, it reverts you, but it gets you back on track. So you will get diverted once in a while, but as long as you have it written down and know where you're going, you can get back on track to where it is that you need to be. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I think you all understand that setting goals are important. They are meaningful, whether it be your health, work, family, whatever it may be, but stay committed to it. I know you can, and I know you will, and you'll achieve every goal that you ever wanted. And if you can't achieve it right the first time, get back up and approach it differently, but go for that goal and don't give up on it. Thanks for allowing me to share with you today, and go out there and be the best that you can. God bless. End recording. How?